Hey there, everyone. Welcome to the MatMadik cast channel. I'm just in the middle of transitioning into being a faceless YouTuber, so I'm doing a short video today. But that's because that's taking quite a bit of time. Now, what we have today is the second trailer, following off from what was on the tail end of Loza's Will Smith face slap of Chris Rock theme song reaction that I did. The video that Loza put out there. The tail end of that had a little trailer for the Unborn song that was coming out soon, and which is about abortion. And I gave my 2 cents on that topic there, which was that as dire as the process is, abortions, and as much as it seems to enrich quite a few people, there are instances where I personally would just say I'm not all about wrenching the option from certain people to make the choice to do so. I know it's like, oh, but your choice is, that your choice doesn't give you the right to end someone else's life. If you're being honest with yourself, I'm sure you could realize that there's some circumstances in which somebody doing that would be justified. Look, it's not a pleasant thing, but there are plenty of, unpleasant to say the least, clinical procedures out there that a lot of people can't stomach, but it's just a part of society anyway. Even when it comes to how we treat our animals, when it comes to how we get our animals ready for consumption, creating them rather than actually letting them organically give birth in the first place. Now, again, my view on this abortion thing before was that indeed, if there are exceptional cases such as a 9-year-old kid or 8-year-old girl getting raped by their father or something, and being forced to be put into a certain position that they're just not ready for, that's understandable in my books. But of course, it's still a dangerous procedure, so it's not like I just go to the clinic and get it done. That, as far as my conservative angle is on the matter, that's where I stand. It's obviously not to be taken lightly. It's something. It's something that is actually what people don't talk about. It's actually a risk to the person going under the procedure, not the person, not the life that is being terminated. It's a topic with a lot of charge. But at the end of the day, what Lowe's is good for is bringing these things that people sometimes just don't talk about, like an elephant in the room, plopping it right in front of you, and telling people to have at it, and opening up the floodgates for discussion. Case in point, you've got this it looks like a very mature fetus, if you will, it's just a baby, has been terminated and taken out of the womb, which is practically infanticide, But yeah, now in this capacity, that seems to be something too heartbreaking to bear. That being said, there's a whole lot that people can offer on both sides of the aisle that can bring to the discussion, not just a discussion that needs to be considered from both sides. That unless one considers everyone involved, unless one considers the impact on everyone involved and how everyone involved not just feels, but has to go on living life in such a situation, unless that's all brought to the table for people to actually consider, then we're just living in an echo chamber, and that's not what I'm about. That's my libertarian side, if you will. Anyway, that's enough talk about the matter. Let's just let the video play.
This is the reality you don't want to face. It's easy to get rid of me whenever life gets in the way.
Okay, that looks like a bunch of those towels. Are we doing the guts wrenched out here? But I imagine he blurred out the images just to keep it not too gory for the the people looking. It's an interesting way he's chosen to illustrate this concept, which of course is trying to shock people into thinking that abortion. It looks like he's just trying to get people saying, "Look what you've done! Abortion is wrong! Look at that dead baby on the ground." It's easy to say dead baby on the ground, but here's a picture. Can you stomach it? It looks like that's what he's doing. I'm like, okay, fine. But again, I've matured quite a bit to deal with to review to digest things that a lot of people can't stomach as of late. Thank goodness for my wife giving me quite an insight into the scientific world and what certain organizations do for society's sake, for society to to continue the way it is, for the way people for people to live the way that they're comfortable with living. And if anything were to disrupt that, then people start complaining. Again, you can just take the animal situation again. If people said, let's stop aborting animals, because they're not fit for consumption, because that hurts your because that's cruel. I imagine a lot of conservative people who refuse to give up eating meat would have something to say about it, and anyone who wants to fight over that would be considered the SJW, if you will. But of course, it's different when you're talking about consuming something for food, and so on. Of course, in this situation, it seems to just be a case of throwing away a life that you're not ready for. Look, it's a case by case situation. It's a very messy subject, but there's no way it's just black and white as you're just a killer who can't be bothered to raise a kid. That's dumb to just put it into those terms, quite frankly. But that does happen, and if that is what's going on, then of course that needs to be taken into consideration before this very important procedure. Not important, like it needs to be done. Sorry, very dramatic procedure were to be considered. That's my take on the matter. But I'm saying every time Loza keeps bringing this concept to the forefront, I'm like saying, I'm just gonna, I just gotta be real back with that. I'm not into an issue being put out there that ought to generate a certain response because of one's particular political alignment or moral alignment, if you will. Now, I'm not leaning towards the SJW side. I'm just saying on an all-inclusive playing field that the game of life is, you have to consider everything in every situation. Of course, I'm not going to go so far as to be pro-abortion. I'm just saying one has to choose. This is what the whole point about free will is all about. I mean, of course, you can do it, and if you know what, it's going to happen. As I always say, if you could find yourself in a situation where if you indeed make this illegal, you just find yourself with people with coat hangers just playing judge, jury, and executioner themselves. But when you at least talk to people and ask why in the world this is going on and trying to get in somebody's background, we can look into as to whether or not their procedure is indeed the most appropriate action to take. But just be real and just tell me if you think that there are situations. A lot of you've already given me comments on topics like this and videos like this, and I know we understand that there are some cases where it may be justifiable, but would you go as far as to say it's wrong altogether, or would you turn around and say that there indeed are? I mean, for those of you who haven't commented yet, would you turn around and say that? Well, would you say that there indeed are some situations where it appears to be justified, despite the brutal realities that it entails? Let me know what you think.
Is my life more important than your personal relationship? Daddy doesn't want me, but can you take me in? Or is it too late? Is your mind made up? Is it over for me? Mom, speak to me. Is it over for me? Mom. Mom.
I also got a throwback to that Joyner Lucas video he made where he was making comments about drunk driving and the dangers of it in those public PSAs videos. I mean, although Joyner's more on the left, and those did come from the left in the first place, but so to speak. But thank goodness he awoke. But he's not woke, thank goodness. But hey, you know, be who you are. It doesn't matter what camp you belong to. At the end of the day, it comes down to: are you indeed prepared to let people have a voice and explain their choice, or judge them without looking at the situation that they're dealing with? It's a tough one. Eh? Oh, does it also remind me of Eminem? That nonsense video he made, Darkness. I mean, when I first saw Darkness, I thought it was cool. Thought it was cool. When I kind of realized that he was pushing for gun control, he can get fucked. Anyway, but in fact, not forget Eminem. Despite a good rapper as he is, technically speaking, but I don't know what you think, guys. Thank you so much for checking out this video. And like I say, we're going to transition into the faceless YouTubing channel eventually. And I appreciate your commentary and your viewership in that neck of the woods too. So where we go, all people. God bless you. Have a good day. Peace.